All right, so I lied. I'm definitely doing an episode breakdown on Penguin because this show is phenomenal. So spoilers ahead, just in case you haven't seen episode 5 or anything before this. So this episode picks up right where the last one left off, with the GCPD and the commissioner himself showing up to the Falcone residence to investigate this supposed gas leak. It was definitely cool that they got the original actor from the Matt Reeves Batman movie to reprise his role as the commissioner, because we definitely didn't get John Turturro back. Now, the commissioner does imply that it seems a little funny that one of the Gotham's most prominent crime families happens to have a gas leak and all of the family members die except for her, and apparently John Vitti, who's missing. The whole time, my girl Sophia got my man John Vitti locked up in the basement, torturing him crazy. Just breaks and is like, look, you need respected soldiers, I got you. So once Oz figures out that Sophia is not dead and that the Falcones are all wiped out, his only ploy at this point is to try to make a quick move and kidnap Maroni's son to try to make some type of power play for the shrooms. So Oz sets up the deal for the exchange and shit gets crazy. So Mama Maroni already knew that Oz was going to try to screw them over, so she brought the shooters with her, and then they got the popping, and yeah. So the whole time I thought Taj was covered in water, and they just made it like freezing water so that way he'd be shivering and cold and wouldn't be able to like signal his mom with like his body language or anything like that. I was completely wrong. Remember how I said I thought he was covered in water before? Nah. It was gasoline or kerosene or something extremely flammable, because him and the mom did not make it. And whole time, while this deal is going as south as it can possibly go, Penguin had one of the guards try to stab and kill Maroni, but that went bad too. So while all of that is going on, Sophia has pretty much reclaimed the family and is giving her epic speech about this takeover and how they're no longer the Falcones. They would now be known as the Gigante family, because that was her mom's maiden name before her dad had killed her. Of course, John Vitti had to pop his mouth open, so she had to pop him. We pretty much saw that coming, because there's no way he was going to continue his stance on things as long as Sophia was going to be running it. It wasn't going to happen. And in the middle of all that, my man Dr. Julius shows back up and is trying to get on board the Sophia Gigante train. I've been fortunate enough to meet Theo Rossi before, and he's a great, nice guy and everything, but every character he plays, I swear I don't trust him. Once Oz and the boys get back from the exchange, he peeps that all the mushrooms, except for maybe 2 buckets, have been destroyed. So he is distraught. And he gets the phone call from Maroni basically saying that he escaped from prison because the guard he took his keys, got out, and is pretty much going to find Penguin no matter what. So with Sophia now running the Falcone family, or now the Gigante family, and Maroni out of prison, Penguin is in a panic, and pretty much he figures out he's got to lay low, and he sends Vic to go take care of his mother, because obviously everyone is in danger right now. Now, I think Vic is a great character, but this has got to be one of the stupidest decisions I think I've ever seen him make in the show. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that Crown Point is like a shithole and that nobody would ever go there, but with all the money that they had in the stash, that is not what I thought they were going to do. I thought he was going to take the mom to like Metropolis or somewhere far away like Star City, somewhere where none of this was going to matter, and they clearly would not be looking for them in Metropolis. And for Vic to be scared of this dude, I definitely don't understand, because at this point, you're running with Penguin, you putting hands on people, you making big boy moves. You should just pop this dude and be done with it. I'm sorry, but yeah, he shouldn't be scared of him. But ultimately, it kind of worked out, because the mom said it reminded her of where she raised Penguin and his brothers, which, although she said she hates the place, it does kind of help her with her dementia, so that way she does feel like it's a comfortable, familiar place. And as Penguin is on his way to go meet Vic, he goes to stop and see his girl, only for her to basically reject him and tell him that she's not going with him, because basically not winning like he said he was going to. And then by the time he does link back up with Vic and his mom in Crown Point, she also rejects him, because once again, he has failed to deliver on this promise as far as being the top guy in the city. And then Sophia Gigante goes and meets Maroni and proposes a truce for them to go and take out Oz, because she knows that Oz set this all up so that she would kill Maroni, eliminating one more enemy for him. So in his time of despair, he finds an old subway token that he used to use when he was a kid, that him and his brothers used to go and use before it got shut down. Sound familiar? So he ends up finding this old abandoned subway station, which apparently would be perfect for regrowing the mushrooms, because like I said, they only got 2 buckets left. And this is obviously a reference to Penguin's classic underground lair, since the Iceberg Lounge is now destroyed. So all of this sets up some big finale coming up, where it's going to be Maroni, Gigante versus Cobb. I swear, man, this has got to be the best show on TV. The writing, everything is just so well done. The acting is on point, man. It's really, really good. And then, of course, my biggest question throughout the whole show has always been, where the hell is Batman? Like, you would think with everything going on, he would be around somewhere, right? Like, even if he wasn't directly going to be involved with any of the stuff going on now, because the Falcones have been kind of wiped out and the Maroni leader was in prison also, like, he should still be present somewhere. Like, why haven't we heard anything about him on the radio or on the news? Like, something. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments, because this one is probably one of my favorites so far.